Let's get a quick take on this last one. Still not fully embracing the term sanctuary city, Mayor Michael Hancock issued a new statement this week reassuring Denver citizens that all people will be taken care of and both immigrants and refugees are welcome. This comes after his previous comments regarding whether or not Denver is a sanctuary city upset members of Denver's international community last week. Penn, your quick thoughts on this one. We started to talk about it last week that, well, we're not a sanctuary city, so don't worry about the threat that we received from President Trump. Oh, wait, we are a sanctuary city, but we're not really. I don't know where we're at. What do you think?
Well, and that's because you can't fault the mayor. You can't embrace a concept that has no definition in law. Sure. It's a term used, but there's no way to define it. The reality is mayors around the country are going to be concerned. Republicans used to always criticize the federal governments for mandates with no money. This is one. This is a president by executive order saying, I want you to enforce the immigration laws. We're not going to give you any money or any other support, but just do it. And so I think Mayor Hancock has done what a number of other mayors need to do, what's right for their own community and what feels right for the folks in their cities.
Gregory, your quick take on this one.
I thought the mayor looked kind of uncomfortable in that video, having to come back a second time to try to explain his position. But I also agree with Penfield that it's really hard to explain something that really has no true foundation. I do think that if Trump delivers on his threat to yank federal funding from so-called sanctuary cities, Hancock is going to have to be in more of a fighting mode, like some of these other mayors that you're seeing who are like standing up in defiance of what Trump is threatening. Right now, he doesn't have to do that, but I think this is going to become more politicized as we get closer to a showdown with the administration.
Patty, do you think Hancock needs to be more direct?
Well, his staff is being more direct. Last night, they went to two members. Alan Salazar was one of them, one of the city attorneys, went to the Latino gathering that was billed as a discussion of the sanctuary city. 2,000 people were there, and they flat out said, our policy will be to fight any attempt for the federal government to break the rules with the citizens of Denver. Today, Hancock is meeting with more Latinos, so we'll find out what happens with that. But interestingly, Homeland Security has a chart on what are who's violating things they consider sanctuary city, and Denver's on it for declining to hold people, immigrants, in ICE extra days.
David, wrap it up for us.
Denver can do what it wants thanks to good Supreme Court precedents over the last 25 years upholding states' rights in a variety of contexts. The federal government has thanks to the 7-2 states' rights decision in the Obamacare case, the federal government can make grants conditional to states, but it's got to make those conditions explicit up front. You can't retroactively say we're going to start declining funding. Going forward, can new grants enacted by Congress say if you're not going to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement, we're not going to give you a grant? Mostly, yes, and particularly in a city like Denver where it doesn't really get that much of its money from the federal government. So yes, as long as Denver's willing to pay for its own government with its own taxpayers and not be dependent on and is willing to give up that 1 or 3% it gets from the feds, it's got its autonomy.